Welcome back, everyone, to the lands of Carrion. Everyone's favorite Bloodlords campaign. Unless it's not, in which case that's totally fine, but I need to know so I can add more trauma onto what I'm planning for your character. So speak up now. Fantastic. Alright. In our last session, our group of adventurers made their way out of the quarantine zone surrounding Grey Dirge and Corpse Light and made their way northeast towards Tilsar, knowing that, thankfully, at least one of your friends was still around due to daily sending attempts by Lixel that she had been doing for quite a number of years, it seems. But she finally managed to make contact with you all now that you were back on the same planet, and was able to lead you all to Tilsar, where she had a boat, a new hideout for you all, and a bit of money such that you could all re-equip yourselves so you don't feel so vulnerable around any potential enemies that might show up again. She gave you a very brief rundown on major things that have happened, namely that Nex and Geb are once more at war. And while it started about 13 years ago, at the moment it looks like it might go similarly to the previous length of their war, where it was not a fast experience. And even though over a decade has passed, Nex has only made the one attack with the Ceratothrax Plague, and Geb has responded in kind with a single attack back against Nex. The war does not look like it'll have an ending anytime soon, but that might just be the perfect opportunity for you all. After all, some of the factions that you weren't necessarily on good terms with, they're not going to have the time to seek you all out again, hopefully. And you can potentially build up your strength, find a backer before anything untoward happens to you again, and then work your way through your enemies, getting revenge against all of those who deserve it. And still, maybe, just maybe, grabbing full power of the Bloodlords for yourselves down the line. Who knows? Apart from picking up your equipment, though, and spending the general afternoon shopping, Lixel did mention that one of the safety measures she had set up on your all's new home was that it is connected to the plane of dreams. And inside the captain's cabin, quote-unquote, is a recreation of what you all as a collective majority wish for it to be. And as such, when you all first stepped in, you found yourselves in the clean, built halls, undestroyed, that's the term I was looking for, of Kalak Manor once more. Unlike the wreck that you had just seen in Grey Dirge, this was as you all, well, as four of you remembered it being. Which, hey, that's still the majority. And while you were informed that theoretically you can be able to manifest some of the people you care about who may have departed already, to spend some time with them, to speak with them once more, due to the questionable mental state of some members of the group, you ended up not manifesting those you cared about, but those you cared about killing. And as such, facsimiles of Semitu, Lauren, and Rybit all stand ready to attack in what should be your home. And if you want to get in there, you're gonna probably have to kill them. Or at least attempt to destroy them. So we find ourselves late afternoon, as I believe most of you have finished your shopping at this point, for those of you that wished to spend the money you had been given, at least. I do know for at least one of you there was a bit of a holdup in spending your money since you still weren't exactly sure about this group of people. But does anyone else have anything they'd like to pick back up before heading back to your boat?
Nope.
Nope, Mahari's good.
I am good at present.
All right. Making your way through the streets, clothed much better than you were prior, at least most of you, not getting nearly as many strange looks from the people of Tilsar. There's very little judgment now that you don't look like the refugees you were claiming to be. But you make your way back to the boat to where Lixel has a few crews seemingly getting the boat ready to set sail. Welcome back. Did you all find what you were looking for? At least mostly?
Yes, so now we've got some people in there to kill.
If you do. But, while you're all doing that, should I set a course anywhere, or for now, are you all, do you want to stay and rest tonight, and then decide a bit better tomorrow where we're going? Or do you need to, we don't have to set off immediately. Apologies if I sound like I'm rushing. If you all need time to rest, then that can definitely be done.
Do we have any allies left besides Lixel?
Are you asking her this or asking GM this?
Asking GM. Well, or just the table in general. Like, I'm trying to think. Do we have anybody on our side besides Lixel?
No.
Oh god, we're so fucked.
Unfortunately, not really. Most of the people you knew and had good ties with were in Grey Dirge and Corpse Light.
Yeah. Good thing we invited all of our allies
to the
in
wedding.
one place.
Yeah. Thanks for making my life easier.
Oh.
These guys didn't have to go track them down afterwards.
Lixel,
Yes?
you said before that we were targeted because there would be no repercussion as we had no backing.
Yes.
Is there a way to integrate ourselves with one of the great factions so that in the future people will be less likely to, how shall I put this, fuck us over?
There's many ways to... I mean, the easiest way would be to just apply and join whichever faction you wish to ingratiate yourself with. If you're looking for a bit of a fast track, shall we say, and she'll... Give me one moment. And she'll head into one of the other rooms before, or one of the other cabins before coming out a minute later with a pretty decent-sized map and sort of spreading it out on deck. And you all can see it's a pretty large map of Geb itself, sort of like the ones you're looking at on screen right now. But it does include the borders of Alkenstar to the north and Holamog to the south as well. So it's a little bit bigger than this. So, right now, as I believe I mentioned, we are in a bit of a challenging situation, shall we say, as a country. You all have your own problems, of course, but the country is at war, and as such, there are a number of things all of the factions are attempting to do to build up power themselves. Even though many of them have alliances right now, everyone still cares about their own interests primarily. right now, we have had a. Oh, sorry, not right now. About a year ago, an emissary from Holomog came to Makatar. And it seems like there are going to be talks of a potential alliance. If we could use some of the warriors from the south as cannon fodder, that will reduce the losses on our populace quite heavily. But we've got negotiations scheduled about a year and a half from now with them, but we need a good place for those negotiations to take place. Can't be in Makatar, it can't be down in any of the major cities in Holomog. It needs to be a neutral zone. There's too much bad blood between us. Most of the factions I've found... Oh, sorry, did you have something you wanted to add in?
I just was gonna ask which faction is pushing this the most.
Well, the alliances... The talks are going to happen at some point, hopefully. But right now, whichever alliance or whichever faction can secure a place for these talks to happen is going to have an edge over the others. That's what I was about to get at. And theoretically, if you all were to find a good place yourselves, you could probably use that as a very easy in with any of the factions. Take a place, control it, offer it up as a base for the faction to use in negotiation.
What about your party bus? I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, Kim. Sorry.
What about this party bus?
You could offer it if you're comfortable sharing information about it and it belonging to you all or being connected to you all with some of your enemies.
No, let's not do that.
No.
Kashmi, I'm not sure how much you're aware at the moment, but all of you together made a number of pretty powerful foes back in the day.
All of us?
You were with them the entire time. In fact, kind of leading them at some points. But, yes. You all were together. She kind of throws a look at you, Amira, that's questioning.
Amira just kind of shrugs for right now. Genuinely not knowing, yeah.
Kashmi, don't mind me asking this, please. Do you know that you're married?
That sounds right.
Do you know who you're married to?
I think I remember my husband.
Huh?
Mahari's gonna look over at her. A husband?
Amira just immediately, like, bending over the table in pain.
Those anime scenes, arrow just goes right through the head.
I don't know you, like, well, but, like, something deep inside of me does not like that response from you, so I will come and comfort you.
Kashmi, do you remember a husband or someone wearing a suit at a wedding?
It's like trying to see through pudding.
I haven't tried that, but I think I understand what you're going for.
An interesting analogy, to be sure.
Oh, I'm hungry.
You're hungry again, Solomon, was it? I mean, I can get more food if you need.
Yes.
Alright, She, like, claps and a couple deckhands come running over. Get this man some food. What are you looking for? What do you eat, again? Just any flesh?
Um,
Just any flesh? She, like, claps and a couple deckhands come running over. Get this man some food. What are you looking for? What do you eat? Again? Just any flesh? 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 Just any flesh?
Yes.
Alright. You'll find something, and if you can't, you don't need your arms, so just give him that. We'll get you something in a few minutes. Well, it probably isn't my space to say, so I'll let them discuss that with you, Kashmi. But short thing short, you were with these people for quite a long time. Worked with them, ran businesses with them. May have gotten into some trouble with them.
So much trouble together.
It's almost subjective, I think.
But she kind of like waves a hand in front of her face. Anyway, from that, that's the best solution I've been able to come up with if you're looking to quickly, quote unquote, ingratiate yourself with one of the factions. Getting a place and holding it long enough to hand it over to one of the factions should be a guaranteed in with any of them.
So, these allies we're seeking, where are they from again?
Olamog, the country to the south of Geb.
Past the Field of Maidens?
Oh yes, they are the
Okay.
people who became the Field of Maidens.
Okay. Would they consider it offensive if we cleared out some of the Field of Maidens to create a neutral zone between Geb and Holomog?
I think that's sort of the idea, is for a neutral zone to be there, because you don't want it to be in Mekatar and you don't want it to be in one of their northern cities. It kind of needs to be in that sort of no man's land middle ground.
Yeah.
And the Field of Maidens would probably be a good place for that.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Since you guys went and pissed off all the factions and they tried to kill you, even if you come up with a neutral zone, like, how bad did you piss them off? Like, are they still gonna kill you? Like,
Oh,
us?
don't. Yeah, I was gonna say, Kashmi, they'll kill you too.
We didn't piss off every great faction. We pissed off a handful of people who we are going to kill, but they aren't on the top of any of the great factions. I know there's one asshole who's trying to be on the top of a great faction, but he's not there yet.
Amira,
Yes, Mahari?
have you forgotten the bitch who tricked me?
Yes, but I don't think she's a part of any great faction, is she? She's just supernaturally powerful?
No. She's the head priestess of Ergathoa in Mekatar, and I'm pretty sure she leads the celebrants. If not openly, then covertly.
Oh. I think I missed that bit. Yeah, that's okay. I guess the celebrants won't be for us in that case.
No, they won't.
Unless you want to rip her throat out, Mahari, and take over.
Oh, I plan to rip her throat out, but not yet. I'm not
What?
powerful enough yet.
Can we, like, reinvent ourselves? Like, do we have to be us? Because, like, we can change how we look.
I suppose as far as everybody knows, we're dead. I mean, everybody except, the people who locked us away, but, like, actually, that's a great question. Amira will ask Lixel, do you think you have people who could... Gab keeps records about everything. You think you could look into the records and see what our official status is in this country?
Oh,
Are we
simple. Missing.
missing?
It's an old trick a lot of the Bloodlords use it when they want someone gone or to use people for something else. They'll never be listed as actually dead, because then, under the dead laws, they need to be resurrected as laborers unless they have other plans made and notarized. Since you all didn't have any plans, they couldn't list you as dead because then there would need to be a record of where you're currently working for the state. So they just list you as missing.
So missing is just as good as dead.
Effectively, yes.
And I don't see a problem.
What were you going to say, Kashmi?
Remember?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
That sounds like a Kashmi thing.
Yeah.
yeah, Amira will nod at Kashmi, though, and say, yeah, you always did come up with smart ideas out of nowhere. Yeah, is there any reason, Lixol, why we couldn't just pretend to be different people? Maybe to keep Samitu and Lauren and all the rest off our track?
The second Amira says Lauren's name, Arant's eye twitches.
Aranth, give me a perception check.
Oh, fuck.
Which eye? The pretty one or the ugly one?
They're both pretty!
Kashmi might not remember, but she has a feeling one of those eyes is ugly.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay. Aranth, when Amira mentions Lauren and your eye immediately twitches, you notice Lixel's eyes go slightly wide at the mention as well.
She squints.
Amira looks over at Aranth.
Kashmi notices fucking nothing.
That tracks.
Classic.
Well, I have a corpse stitcher, so if we need disguises, I can just start sewing body parts on you guys.
Oh, or we can just get hats of disguise.
Or I could sew body parts onto you guys.
Really appreciate about you, Solomon. I don't know you well, but you really have some real enthusiasm. A real cheerleader.
Aranth kind of sits up a little straighter in her seat, and when she notices Lixel's eyes widen at the mention of Lauren, she just leans up against the table, neatly folds her hands, and looks at Lixel. Any status updates on Lauren?
That depends.
It's
Are
quite a
we
simple
talking
question.
about the same Lauren? Well, I suppose
The one and only.
Oh, fair enough. Now, and just making sure we're on the same page here, you had never directly spoken with Lixel about Lauren before, right?
No.
Okay.
Who is Lauren?
She holds a finger up.
Good question.
Real quick, was Lixel at the wedding and she escaped, or she wasn't there at all?
She was there. Amira made her escape early.
Okay. Sorry, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But
Amira made her escape instead of helping the fight. Someone by the name of Lauren helped to fund this business when it was first getting started.
Did he?
He did. May have also spilled the beans slightly about where you all were being kept.
Arrogant prick.
So wait, does he have an ownership interest in this business?
No, not legally at all. Sponsorship was what it was, but he owns no shares or anything of the sort.
Any correspondence at all?
We spoke in person a few times.
Are you telling me that Lauren had a change of heart?
Doubtful.
He's should be here in town, I think, at the moment.
Aranth? Aranth?
What?
Aranth? We can't Not now. You know that as well as I do.
Her eyes glow a little bit brighter of a red, and she just kind of like sits back in her chair. Huh.
The time will come, but it's not right now. And I'll help you cut his fucking head off if you want me.
I don't fucking need any help with that, trust me.
Aranth.
Oh, he helped you escape, and you want to kill him for it.
He kidnapped me before all of this.
Twice, actually. He's done it to her twice now.
Aranth, you hear a voice like whispering into your ear, very the same as when Lixel has been casting Sending each day. Do you want me to call into the ship?
Okay,
And that is not something anyone else hears. That is only you, Aranth.
Her eyes snap back to Lixel.
How the hell did he capture you twice? Did you not learn from the first time?
The first time, I was in love with that piece of shit. So you don't really think anything of it.
How is that considered kidnapping then?
He
That
made
sounds
me
more
what
like
I am.
Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Can't believe I have to explain this story twice. She looks back at Lixel, and then kind of like looks at Amira.
Amira just kind of tilts her head.
And she responds to Lixel. Running the risk of fucking everything up. On first day back, I would say no. Must show a modicum of respect. Restraint, not respect. Words are hard.
Can everybody hear this, or is this the reply to the spell?
This is the reply.
Okay.
So no one else hears that.
So
And
we
you
just see Aranth and Lixel staring at each other for a long moment.
More like Iranth glares at her, kind of flicks her eyes to Amira, and then just kind of rolls them and stares at the ceiling.
Well, to be fair, Aranth glares at a lot of people.
That's classic Aranth.
Yeah, a glare is like her fucking resting bitch face at this point.
As you go to stare at the ceiling, all you see is just a very quick, sharp nod from Lixel.
But the Iranth looks visibly displeased. Like she looks mad.
Hey, aren't we missing someone?
Zarian's
Where's that
here.
guy? He's here in the
Zarian's-
room with us?
Yeah, he's with you guys. He's just being quiet as per usual.
Is he gonna comfort her?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Are you trying to ship people again?
Well, then I'm gonna go and shimmy myself between them and put my arm around her. For friendship.
You know how fucked up it would be if Kashmir falls in love with the Rand instead of Amira this time?
I was just thinking that. That would actually be amazing story-wise, but
I think we
Oh,
might have
fucking
discussed that at one
tragic.
point, didn't we?
Oh my god!
I think Kashmir
That would
might
be-
have spoken about that at some point. I don't
That
know
would
if we
be
ever went
tragic.
anywhere with it.
Let me get this straight. Aranth and Sarian all lovey-dovey. Kashmir pining for Aranth, and Amira pining for Kashmir.
Yeah.
Holy crap! It sounds like a bad romance novel.
Yeah.
It sounds like
Just
the best romance novels.
Unfortunately, we're in
Say the
Gambit,
word
and
and-
Amira's gonna find the drugs.
say the word, and they'll never find the body.
I can imagine like Sarian would do like the little under the table awkward pat to Aranth's knee, noticing that she was mad.
Fair. Yeah, I can see him doing that.
But Aranth, in a lapse of, cognizance, kind of absently leans into Kashmir's side because they were besties at one point.
I'm gonna have Amira roll a will save real quick.
Hey, GM.
Amira's deteriorating sanity.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she looks a little no, because Kashmi just came by and comforted her earlier, so and she knows that Kashmi is a nice person that comforts her friends, so she won't.
I will also say the feeling of physical cashmere has been very off-putting to all of you
Yeah.
when it first happens.
Yeah. Ben also granted, like, Iranth has never expressed any, like, physical or romantical interest in Kashmir before, so it's like, it's more like, you know, the bestie sister type
Right.
lean.
I do think when you lean into her, Rant, you do not detect a heartbeat.
Interesting. Okay.
So,
Surrounded.
Mahari, what were you going to ask me?
Which of the great factions are we on the best terms with before we were tortured?
Before the wedding, you guys were on the best terms with the Builders League. Past that was the Reanimators.
And the Reanimators are the faction that Berlin belongs to.
Correct. Which is mostly why you guys were on good terms with them.
But
okay.
Samitu has influence with, or he's trying to have influence with Reanimators.
Yeah.
So if we reinvent ourselves, we're coming back from like we're starting from scratch. But if people go missing all the time, are there any less problematic missing people that we could maybe assume?
Cadme, that will work for Amira,
Everybody
yourself,
except Mahari.
Aranth, Darian, Solomon, because no one knows who the fuck or what the fuck he is. But me? Everyone knows just by looking at me what the fuck I am and who the fuck I am.
That's why we get you a hat of disguise, Mahari, and get everybody new social security numbers.
Oh shit. Just scratch off a couple numbers.
Is there a mafia in Gab we could go get some new papers from?
Probably.
That's the new route to Bloodlords is through the Mafia.
Mafia lords.
That's just all the major factions, effectively. They're all their own Mafia family.
But what does Lixel think about the idea of getting false identities?
I mean, I'm not sure how important it will be. Once you choose a great faction, you're not really going to be able to hide your identity from them. And if you go to them and try and introduce yourself as someone who you are not, that might cause slightly more problems. But if you wanted false identification, at least for now, that could be arranged.
Yeah, I think for now, and when we choose to align, we drop the deets.
Yeah, I think that it might help give us access, at least to places that would be inaccessible. But also, why can we not? Why do we have to tell them who we are?
Because they'll figure it out anyways.
Yeah.
And if they figure out that you're dealing with them disguised as someone else, that will very likely lead to some misunderstandings.
I understand.
Well, if my knowledge serves correct, Lixel, before our imprisonment and subsequent torture and experimentation, we were on good terms with, I believe, the one who raises everybody's corpses and the one who builds shit. I don't remember the names.
That would be an apt enough way of describing the Reanimators in the Builders League, yes.
So, Amira, I believe we should steer clear of the Reanimators because of Samitu. and Berlin is still in hiding. I mean, we might be able to help her in the future, but as of right now, we're kind of not able to. So that leaves us pretty much with the Builders League.
So, Syrian is kind of with the reanimators, and so is Solomon, right? Because you guys both reanimate?
Yeah.
Sarian has no connection to any of the great factions. He's not from around here.
Oh, I thought he went to that school or something.
No, he had a specific teacher, but he didn't really study formally for very long, at least, at any of the major schools.
Okay.
So I feel like Solomon's more a product of the reanimators more than he is a member of them.
We have that lich in Corpse Light. That helped us. After, she obliterated herself trying to save my life
Oh,
and the
it's
life of my
true.
mother.
Exol, do you know anything about people we met in Corpse Light, the Bloodlord and the Lich?
No one's heard anything from Corpse Light in over a decade.
We tried not to mention Corpse Light. It's a site of many.
Other sites you've been to that aren't traumatic to any of you at this point?
Theoretically. We don't have to do it, but theoretically. Could someone still be alive in Corpse Light? Still be around in Corpse Light?
Axel kind of takes a minute thinking and then just shrugs. No information. You are the first people I'm aware of, at least, who have left the containment zone in years. So I honestly could not say. It's possible, but I don't. You know probably better than I what the state of things in that region is right now.
Okay, so just to make sure, the general plan of action right now is we find a way to set up a neutral meeting ground, presumably in the Field of Maidens, and then offer that neutral meeting ground to one of the great factions, maybe the Builders League, since we were already on good terms with them.
You don't have to choose now.
Yeah, but just, we will have to choose when we
We'll have to
reach
choose
that
eventually.
point. Yeah.
That's good.
And
Good thing we're going to the Field of Maidens, because right now you're maidenless.
Wow!
Oh, God. -2. -2. But, and then from there, try to work into a point where we can take revenge, and maybe there's side quests like finding Lauren and checking out Corpse Light, maybe.
Well, we don't have to find Lauren because he's here.
He is?
Well,
I'm
find him in here, so to
and
speak.
I'm hungry.
He did mention wishing to meet you all once you had returned.
He knows that we're here?
He's the one who gave me an idea where you all might be so I could hire people to try and get you all out.
Do you know why Lauren is suddenly like this? You know, last time
who Lauren was. All he told me
yeah.
when I first met him was that he was someone who used to know Aranth. That he might have an idea of how to save her.
Save me? There's nothing to save. I'm here.
Yeah, that right.
Shut the fuck up, Solomon.
So you're not aware that Lauren is behind most of Aranth's problems?
He's the reason I don't have a heart. I don't have a...
I'm aware now.
Aranth, she didn't know.
I hate to say this, Aranth, but it's not like you're ever super forthcoming with things.
She's not wrong about that one, Aranth.
I'll give that one to you solely because you weren't in our general vicinity when I was forthcoming at the manor.
Fair.
However...
Now I know.
However, he experimented on me at great lengths. When my arm was made out of vitality magic, that is a whole other can of
Sorry,
worms
your
that
arm
I
was...
don't want to
I-
talk about right now.
Fair
Well,
enough.
I suppose it's important for context.
Kashmir, you're hearing all this for the first time too, so...
If you could see my face in real life, like I have such a furrowed, concerned, confused look on my face.
I can just imagine like Kashmir's airplane earsing as she's staring at a rant in horror. Well, alright, well, context, I suppose, is very important to stories. So, I was doing a hero reading for Mahari at one point. My arm exploded and turned into vitality magic.
Mahari, why
Gale,
would you do that?
he was not, he didn't explode my arm, just so
Oh,
we're all on the same page.
apologies then.
It was a deity that wanted him in the dark about who he is and what his purpose was. And
When
the
Arant
bitch was
says,
mad because I was reading doing the hero reading. My arm exploded. Go ahead, Murray.
Mari's gonna slam his fist onto the table and basically growl out that she wasn't a god. She was a pretender.
She gestures vaguely to Mahari's anger. That.
So I'm so sorry. I just want to make sure that I'm not trying to be difficult. I just want to make sure I understand. So not only did you piss off all of the great factions, you also managed to piss off a fake god and a real god?
Something to that effect, I suppose.
If she had an Adam's apple, you would see the Adam's apple swallow. It's a lot
Audible gulp.
a lot to take in. Yes.
And hey, from what
But-
they've said, apparently you participated in all this, Kashmir.
To tell you, none of this sounds like me.
But
Yeah.
yes, and Lauren caught wind of this fucking I don't know how. But I was kidnapped on a little journey over to Corpse Light, and he wanted to fix me, quote unquote. And he experimented on my arm while I was asleep. He put me to sleep.
I see.
And we won't. Well.
I mean,
Fuck.
not to play Asmodeus' advocate or anything, but your arm kind of looks fixed to me, doesn't it?
It does, however. He and my father have been in league since I was a child. And that in its own accord is unsettling.
What's your father's name?
Valen Villasan.
Okay.
You are not about to tell us that you've also been working with this guy.
Please.
No.
Okay.
But they orchestrated Lauren falling, well, they orchestrated me falling in love with Lauren and turning me into a vampire. So they could experiment on me. My father's only child.
At this point, I'm gonna take my arm off from around of you, and I'm gonna take one step to the side.
In layman's terms, I am the product of, what's the word? Grooming? Yes. That's what I believe I had it called.
And are you sure you don't want me to call him here? There's only one of him, as far as I can tell, and 6 of you, 1 of me, a few useless crew members. Fairly sure we could jump him.
Amira is gonna come back over to Aranth and be like, trust me, I know how much you want to kill the guy, but if he's the one who helped Lixil get this set up, if he's the one who helped Lixil find us, we bring him here, use him for whatever he's worth first, and then we kill him when we're done with him.
For a second, there's like genuine fear across Iran's face, but she's still mad. If we take him out now... No, he didn't want to find all of you, he wanted to find me. So I could be chained up in his fucking basement.
Break the chains.
I thought we did destroy the fake one.
You have not destroyed the fake ones yet, because you didn't have any equipment or anything, so they're still in your house.
I shoved one of them into a corner,
You
but
did.
that was about it.
Well, no, like when we were there the first time after we got Iran, I thought we...
Oh, I see what
Yeah.
you're talking about. You're talking about the fake Lorens at his house.
Yes.
You did destroy those.
Yes, okay. So there's really only... As far as we know, there's only one Lauren left.
It has also been 200 plus years since then.
Yeah. So there could be 500 of them.
I mean, do you think he would ever really have that many of himself?
Yeah,
That's fair.
he would.
Yeah, you know that, what is it? Infinite Space or whatever? There's that one faction that is just a guy and millions of clones of himself.
Deadpool?
To get boring.
Before we make the decision of calling Lauren here, do we want to go kill everybody in our boat and take our house back?
Yes, that actually sounds like a very good idea, Mira. One thing at a time. Mostly the most pressing.
I'm so sorry to be difficult. I don't understand. If they're not real, why don't we use this opportunity to talk to them and try to see if we can get some emotional closure before we just go in guns blazing?
We don't need emotional closure from the fake ones inside of our boat.
There you go, that's why.
I'm going to lean in like I'm about to tell you a secret and very quietly say, honey, you need all of the emotional closure.
Yeah, that just happened.
Just kill them all and be done with it.
Thank you, Solomon. Thank you.
But if we invite Lauren to the real one to the boat now, it'll just blow the whole thing out of the water. No pun intended, of course.
Please don't.
Okay,
I
so-
spent far too much on this boat. I
not trying
really
to be
don't have the
difficult.
funds to make another one.
But just for curiosity's sake, what would happen if we locked the real Lauren with the fake Lauren? You think they
Do
would
we-
fight?
Inception.
Do we really want him knowing where our home is again?
No, actually, I don't.
Thank you. So let's table the idea of calling him to the ship, go into our home, clear it out so we don't have to worry about it going forward, and when we're done, we come back out and plan more after that.
He might already know about the ship.
Does he know about the captain's quarters?
He shouldn't.
Lixil, you don't sound convinced.
Well, Aranth just told me he somehow knew she had an arm made out of vitality energies when he shouldn't have, so I don't know.
Fair
I
enough.
thought he was just a regular researcher. Maybe he knew a bit of magic. I didn't think he had any sort of foresight abilities or anything, but now I'm questioning myself.
Did you ever question why he was helping you so much to find us?
I did a bit of research into him. I asked, all he said was that he used to know Aranth. And I'll be perfectly honest, 200 years, at that point it was closer to 150, I was looking for any lead I could get my hands on.
Maybe we go kill things and then decide from there.
Yes, let's do that.
All right.
I'm so sorry to be difficult. Is that going to be the way we're going to handle every situation, is with immediate violence?
Yes.
Oh.
Solomon is
Okay.
just asleep in his chair at this point.
We tried handling things by being nice, by getting people to like us, and clearly that strategy doesn't work in this fucking place.
I mean, it would work sometimes. Just need some enemies. Speaking of which, Solomon, I know there are gifts for the rest of them in their home, but when I was picking up from some collectors some of the equipment that I knew they used to use and were after, I did manage to find another set of pieces that I don't believe belonged to any of them, but well, I suppose as thanks for your assistance with all of them, I'd be happy if you took them. And she'll kind of pull out a parcel of a few things. What looks to be sort of a belt, a set of hand wraps, and almost like a flayed piece of flesh that's been inked.
Almost like a resonance. He stands up to his full hulking height and immediately heads over. What is this feeling?
I don't know.
It feels as though it's been missing. He'll reach down to take it.
All right. We'll go ahead and give you your relic items here, which is your knitting belt, your hand wraps, and the staring skull.
For the skull, I feel like after he picks up the other two, the ink fades from the piece of flesh, and instead kind of brands itself onto his back, almost like crawling up his arm as he holds onto it.
Well,
Forms a large glowing skull on his back.
those look like they talk to you quite nicely.
He'll let out a most draconic roar. Yes. Power.
Oh, this is weird.
You have fun with that new power. Are you all
Go ahead and move the rooms.
certain you're ready to go? Everyone comfortable?
Can't wait to tear this bitch's throat out with my teeth.
Understood.
Amira gives Arantha a high five.
Strangely enough, she reciprocates it.
As you guys walk past towards the captain's cabin, she tentatively goes to put a hand on your shoulder, Kashmi. I hope I'm not overstepping at all, but just want to make sure you're prepared. It doesn't look to me like you picked up any additional equipment or anything while you were out shopping.
I did not.
You sure you're prepared for a fight then?
Certainly not. I in no way expected that the first thing that we were going to do today was murder.
I mean, it's near the end of the day right now, to be fair.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have no idea where my mind could have been. Semantics. I didn't think the last thing we were going to do today was murder.
It's the best part of the
You'll
day.
sort of get used to it with these people, hopefully. I'm sorry. This is weird. She, like, takes her hand off your shoulder. But... She, like, pokes your shoulder a couple times. You really are real now. Sorry. I mean, you used to be incorporeal, but you were always so adamant that you were corporeal. But anyone, when they tried to touch you, they'd go through you, and it didn't work. But she just, like, pokes a couple times at your shoulder. I guess the power of belief really is strong.
My eyes are going to be like dinner saucers, and I'm going to look from my shoulder to Lixel, from my shoulder to Lixel, trying to, like...
Did you
This is
sacrifice
just a
your
lot
memories for a physical body?
to take in.
Sorry.
Solomon joins in the poking just for fun.
Sorry. It's just a weird experience. I've never seen a ghost become physical again.
But how does Kashmir react to being called a ghost in this situation?
Just like that. She's going to laugh and say, what?
She just kind of looks at the rest of you. There is a look in Lixel's eyes of, I forgot what it was like to deal with this.
Don't you remember Lixel? She's not a ghost.
And she kind of like looks over Amira's shoulder when Amira says that, and like gives her a look, like just go with it.
What? I'm so sorry. I am not trying to be difficult.
How many times are you going to say that?
But what?
Well, I don't know for certain now, but when you were with the group before, you were a ghost.
At this time, I'm going to be touching my body and looking down, very confused, and say, well, how would one know if they were a ghost?
I don't know. Can you feel a pulse?
Can any of you?
Amira will immediately take the chance to start touching her.
Well, when you hugged me, I didn't feel a heartbeat.
Do you have a pulse? I didn't feel a heartbeat in you. Are you dead?
I am.
Oh.
Everyone else here is. Except Carrion, but we don't care about him, so... But if you don't have a heartbeat, that means you're theoretically dead?
Okay.
No, just...
Does this mean Syrian's fresh meat?
Kashmir,
Hands off.
when you're doing this, like, trying to figure out, do you try to change to a incorporeal ghost form?
I don't think right away. I think I'm going to try to think of other, like, ghosty things that, like... Because she's taken in a whole lot of information, and, like, rational thought's kind of, like, third in her process right now.
Fair.
So she's going to, like... Probably, like, I don't know, try to, like, fly, or, like, walk through a wall, or, like... I mean, if she's a ghost, like... But she's very real, so she's not having much luck. Like, how would you know? And I have to tell you, Kashmir's real thought is that if she is real, and she can prove to you that she's real, because she's not a ghost, then all of this bullshit that you guys have been telling to me is just clearly a very bad dream. And I'm gonna wake up, because I have now proven this whole scenario to be false.
You all
And I'm
watch
back to being
Kashmir,
an
like,
imaginary friend.
specifically try to walk through the wall and just smack into the wall. She
Her
jumps
mind
a
is
couple
gone.
times and doesn't stay floating in the air.
Wow, maybe she isn't a ghost anymore.
What fucking led you to that conclusion, Amira? Just curious.
What? Amira just pouts a little bit.
I mean, Blitzel's still just kind of poking at your shoulder.
Um,
I'm gonna I'm exhausted now since I've slammed myself into a couple of walls. I'm gonna find a chair to sit and put my foot up on my knee, and start poking my own foot. Now I'm gonna try to go incorporeal, but like very small level, like on my toes.
And we see all of this?
Oh yeah, you watch all this, and you watch as Kashmir just sort of absent-mindedly poking at herself, not really paying attention at the moment. You all watch as her finger goes into her foot.
oh, she is still a ghost. Okay.
What happened?
But
Kashmir,
I
when
put
you look at yourself now, you notice that you are ever so slightly translucent. Looking at your hand, you can see the deck of the ship through it.
I put my head in my hands and process as quickly as I can that all of this is real, that I am now in a situation that I am so far out of my comfort zone in. So a moment of panic,
Slight misjudge, and your hands go into your actual head.
but then also the realization that I'm a fucking ghost, bitches! Oh my god, does that mean I really can't fly?
You try
No,
and stand
you
up, and
can't.
you notice that you are feet
You
a
guys,
couple
you
inches
guys,
above the deck.
I can fucking fly!
Oh yeah, you
Woo!
can. High five.
I try, but go right through.
If I high five because I have Mystic Strike, would I actually be able to touch her?
Yeah, because it gives him ghost touch, doesn't it?
I'll give it a try.
That would be
It
fucking
does not give them
hilarious.
ghost touch innately. It just makes them count as magical.
Oh yeah, it's a higher level thing
Yeah,
that
there's a
gives you
specific
ghost
feat
touch.
that would make them ghost touch, and that would be illegal here. As we have decided, ghost touch is not legal in Geb.
Well, if it's natural, then they'll never find out.
I'm gonna start jumping through the wall. Be like, whoo, you can see me. No, you can't. Aha, I can hear. You can't. I'm a ghost. Ta-da!
I think it's at this point that you know, seeing her wife kind of go back to her old self, Amira is going to try to run up and hug Kashmir. And even if Amira goes right through Kashmir, she doesn't seem that upset. I'm more curious how Kashmir reacts to Amira trying to run up and hug her.
Kashmir will freeze, but melt just a little, because it feels comfortable, but also very uncomfortable.
It is up to you if you'd like to go physical or not for the hug, Kashmir. You now have your full change shape as a single action ability to switch between corporeal and incorporeal form.
I think I would let her pass through me this time,
Okay.
and that's when I would feel that pull of something,
Fair enough.
a hint of a memory somewhere.
Okay, let's celebrate by killing things.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be difficult.
What? Wait. Mahari's gonna look at Kashmir and be like, What do you mean? You're not being difficult. Let's just go and clear our home out."
I don't have any. I was not planning for a fight, and while I am super ghosty, I also don't want to die.
You have your spells, don't you?
Do you have some? I'm gonna look down at my flowy gauzy gown. and look at Lixel and do the hand and be like, something for this to cover this.
Like armor?
Yeah,
I don't.
or at least not like flowy, grabbing clothing.
I can scrounge up a set for you, real quick.
A little
Uh,
leather,
Aranth is
something, kind of a cross between hers and hers, but like sassy and red, please.
Can I have just gotten Kashmi like +1 explorer's clothing?
If you would have
Well,
liked to when you noticed that she wasn't purchasing anything, I would allow it.
Yeah.
I don't think you necessarily have the exact money for +1 explorers.
For +1 explorers,
+1
yeah.
explorers, not +1 resilient. Deepity.
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
Yeah, Amira has been waiting for the opportunity to pull out a nice suit of +1 explorer's clothing, which is basically armor for casters, just as a reminder. And we'll hand it over to Kashmi. Go on, turn it, Ghosty. Put it on.
Is it red?
Oh, of course it's red.
Diggity dog. Okay, so Kashmi, having no modesty, is going to take her dress off right in the front of everybody and put on her clothes.
oh god.
Amira asks Mahari and Sarian to turn around and not look.
Solomon.
Oh, and Solomon, sorry.
Solomon's just stone-faced. He just doesn't care.
Mahari doesn't care either. He's
I mean,
just
I'll
like,
drop mine too if you want.
Oh, I do not want to see what's under those robes. I'm
All
sorry
of
to
those
say.
body parts that he sewed on, now we know. It's like Cthulhu down there.
Oh,
Only the best.
Not thoughts I needed tonight.
Welcome.
Alrighty. Well, now that you've got a little bit of armor, Kashmi, Amira, I went ahead and just deducted the cost of it from your inventory.
Oh, I already deducted the cost.
Did you?
myself.
I'll go ahead and get it back then.
Yeah, sorry.
My apologies for that. Are you all prepared to head in and face your demons?
Yeah.
Yes, and fucking murder them.
So, I get the Lauren guy and why he had to die. And I'm not trying to be difficult, but who is this other guy?
He's the one that ruined our wedding.
go on, tell the whole story. I had to.
He
Not again.
also killed our closest ally. He's the one that kidnapped you, made you lose all your memories. Well, there is that Raven guy, which we have to figure out, but
He's
that's...
here too.
Oh, right, the Raven guy is here.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
sorry.
going to ask initiative to be rolled where you guys were.
Yeah, sorry. I would have not rushed ahead past Solomon. I was looking for a Raven guy.
That's fair.
I just don't normally at the front,
Mahari
so I
would
was
have
just moving up.
Mahari would have been like, "Damn it, you stupid collision thing!" Mahari would have been right there.
Well, when you guys are entering the building is when I'm asking initiative to be rolled.
Oh, okay. Well, since Aranth's right there, Mahari would have been right there.
If you would like to reposition slightly, you may.
Yeah, I do not want to ramp in the...
But it should be
I
you
was gonna
guys
say,
in the foyer at most.
If I could swap with Aranth.
But why?
Your Branth wants to be in the
Because-
front, man. She wants to fucking smack the shit out of Lauren.
Do you
All
have
right,
Gale with
I've
you?
got.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have like double your HP, which is why I normally go to the front. But if you want to, go ahead.
Aranth is
There's
here to
always-
cause problems.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
And also, there's always the opportunity for Solomon to be like, "What the fuck are you doing, small one?" and just like pick her up and put her somewhere. I'm not
I try
saying
not to
that.
do that. I try not to do it unless it's story stuff.
Oh no, it absolutely could be story stuff. I'm just saying that she may not appreciate being picked up like a little fucking kitten, but you know, it would
I
be
think
funny.
I think she's giving permission for you to shove
Yes.
her so that you can be up front.
If necessary, of course.
I don't know. I
But-
kind of want to see the consequence of her actions.
Understandable, me too.
It's fun to not be the chaos gremlin right now.
All right. Well, if everyone can go ahead and roll initiative for me, who has not yet done so, should be
Murray,
Murray,
catch me. Kashmi does remember that she has magic, right? Please tell me she remembers that.
I don't, but because Kashmi's magic is so tied to her emotions, like I know that I have magic, I just don't know what spells. So really, it's kind of like spell roulette today.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Bahari, roll initiative.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Roll again. I don't see it.
Not showing.
Also rolled, and it didn't show either.
It's not populating in
it doesn't
chat,
sh-
but it is populating into the encounter. chart.
Jericho, do I get my bonus from
Oh,
my
okay.
eye slash?
That
You have
gives
the
a
greater
bonus to
version?
perception, so yes, that would work here. But you rolled a perception check, not initiative. You fool.
No, I haven't rolled anything yet.
Oh well, it just rolled into chat the roll you tried to do initially, I guess.
Okay, I'll stick with that then.
Okay. All right.
It is calculate the eye slash though.
Yes. When you are using perception for initiative, it will get it. Solomon, you're up first.
Do we even see any enemies right now?
From where you are, when you all first step in, you do not.
Okay, that's 10 feet.
Oh, I forgot you have 40
Where's the
feet
other
of
30?
movement.
Monks.
I'm being slowed right now because I'm a zombie.
Why are you slowed?
so when you're a zombie, you take a stats penalty to speed,
Oh, okay.
which is my archetype. So,
Reduce all your speeds by 5 feet.
alright,
Sick.
so
It really
one-
is funny to just hover your speed and see all of the effects on it.
While this is going on, I understand the urgency of killing the guys, whatever, but also this house feels oddly familiar, so I'm going to touch the walls and like really, really try to remember.
As you round the
think I found
corner,
one.
Solomon, you find one of them, the strange facsimile of Lauren, just kind of standing in the center of Arant's room.
What a fucking weirdo.
Who just turns to look at you. You aren't the one I'm looking for.
You're who I'm looking for.
Mahari, you're up.
What if I can pull a Hulk and just slam him down on the floor?
Yes.
Ari, I think you're muted.
Am I?
There you
Am I
go.
muted?
Not
Okay.
anymore.
Now I can hear you.
Okay, so that was one move action.
Mhm.
That was 2. Do I see anything?
At the moment, you don't. You can use an action to seek somewhere if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll seek over here. If it will let. There we go.
Sure. Are you doing a cone in that direction or a burst over there?
How big a cone is it again?
30 foot.
Let's do a 30-foot cone.
Okay.
I know Iranth is a whisper elf, but does she... Does that just default to her being perpetually doomed to hear everything that happens ever?
I mean... Kinda, sorta.
Okay, because if she heard Lauren and Solomon talking, she'd be fucking buzzing right now.
Aranth just starts vibrating in space.
I don't think
Mahari,
we
you
were
do not
shouting,
notice
so.
any other creatures. And that will bring us to Amira's turn.
So nothing from my seek.
Nope.
Okay.
Fucking assholes. I knew they were in there.
Look, if Lauren had to be in Arant's room, Rybit and Samitu have to be in Yurin Kashmi's room.
Couple more
I
up
think
here.
I want to change those sheets.
Oh,
Aranth.
she's just so mad. Okay, so that was 10 feet. Okay. So, all of her movement speed, is that... my brain is not working today. Is that all 3 actions?
That is one action.
Cool.
One stride action lets you move your entire movement speed.
Nice. Okay. And I will... I will do Patron's Puppet, I think, to... I think that gives Gale 2 actions, right?
It does. As a reminder, you normally have to do that at the start of your turn, but
Oh.
I'll allow it here since getting back
Cool.
into the swing of characters.
God damn it! Well, thank you. Yeah, she's absolutely gonna go send Gale. Just be like, go find him!
Go ahead and cast your Patron's Puppet, because that will cost you a focus point.
Forgot how much movement speed Gale
As
has.
a spinner of threads, which it didn't update your spells, would you like to give either effectively yourself or Mahari a +1 status bonus to AC until the start of your next turn?
I'll do Mahari since
Okay.
he's in front of me.
Yeah, your familiar of
Thank you.
balanced luck ability. When you cast or sustain a hex, one creature within 15 feet of your familiar, actually, so you, it could only be Mahari or you, since Gale was with you, can get either a +1 status bonus to AC or a -1 status penalty to AC until the start of your next turn.
Okay. Well, in that case, it would probably be Solomon because she would have sent Gale over here.
Well, it is when you cast the spell.
Oh,
So-
okay. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't remember what anything is.
So
Is this
right
5
now,
feet away from her or 10?
at the moment, you're 10 feet away.
So
can
Gale's
move.
gonna move over there.
Sure. Is that the full 25? Yes, it is. Perfect. And then Gale has one more action as well.
Can't move anymore, but
Well, you can go around Solomon if you want
Oh!
to move him. You can
Okay.
move through allies.
can I move him here?
Yeah,
Here
absolutely.
then? Sweet.
I occupy the same space as that creature that small.
Since Gale is tiny, you can occupy the same space as Gale.
Okay. Because otherwise, Gale's getting stepped on.
Well, I mean, Gale's gonna fucking bite him.
Doesn't do anything, but it's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
All right. You've got 2 more actions yourself now, Aranth.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Do you have a reactive strike, Solomon? I don't believe
H.
so, correct?
Let me double check here. I don't.
Okay.
Would
Just
you
really
be-
freaking big.
What's the range on guidance? 30 feet.
30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll.
I was gonna guidance Solomon, I think.
You do not have any line of sight or effect to Solomon right now.
You are so right.
You can't really target him.
So she can't cast through a familiar?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
There is a specific familiar ability that
Yeah.
lets you do that.
Spell relay, I believe.
That's for player. Spell relay.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the
I
that's
don't.
a sorcerer
It's one I
ability.
don't have, unfortunately.
There is a familiar ability. I just don't know the name.
And obviously, Amira's 5 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you can give it to
Did you
Mari.
have enough move speed to?
I think I used all 35
You
of
did.
my move speed to get over here. Yeah. So I will just guidance
A free
Mahari.
action?
What casualty?
Is a step a free action?
It is not.
She's
Nope.
strided. Strode.
You have 35-foot movement speed? That must be nice.
Yeah.
Solomon has
she's
40.
Quick.
Well, it's 35 now because I'm in mountain stance, but yeah, ordinarily 40.
All right. Go ahead and cast guidance then, Aranth.
Congratulations, Mahari.
Horse.
You are guided.
Maybe your last action you want to move closer towards where Lauren is.
I can't because I used all of my.
You've got one more. Patron's
Oh.
Puppet is a free action to cast. That's why it's limited to the start of your turn.
So- Yeah, remember you can make as many strides per turn as you want.
Oh.
That's how Amira and Solomon got to where they are.
And don't fucking mind if I do. Goddamn token collide.
Do it in increments, you yuts.
You can also do like WASD to move
Yeah.
instead of mouse pull.
You can use the arrow keys.
All right, then I think that's my turn.
Okay. Then that'll bring us to Kashmi.
All right. Kashmi is gonna take a deep breath, not being in any way prepared for this situation.
Amira will call out, "The man who took your memories is here, Kashmi."
And when she takes that deep breath, shield will happen.
Okay. You can go ahead and give yourself that effect.
I will in a second
Take your time.
because I've forgotten. Now I'm moving. What do you mean? Why
Walls
are you
get in
so
the way.
slow? Stupid walls. All right, so this is 35.
So once the color changes as you're dragging is a different movement action for you. You've only got a 25-foot move speed. So your
Right.
first move would have ended here. And you can move another 25 from there with your last action.
So this one, the one below.
Right where I'm pinging, right here. So you would have finished your first action right here.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then
Okay.
you've
So this
got
is
one more action now.
So this is 35. Perfect. Okay. So 35.
Mhm.
Ranth, why are you in my way?
I'm Dari. I got shit to do.
There's only one guy over here. Go to the other room.
Is that where Amira is?
Amira's up here.
Yeah, I'm up there.
Oh.
And I'll be pointing, like, down the hallway that's the, man who stole your memories.
Well, then I will go past Mahari to this spot. Why are we being such a hoe bag right now, computer? There we go. Yay! And that's my turn.
All right. That will bring us to Lauren's turn. He turns away from you, Solomon, looks directly at where Aranth is, and steps through the wall.
Whoa!
I forgot there was a hole in the wall.
There's not.
There's
Not
not.
in this wall.
Oh.
But he just passes through the wall.
Look at him in his smug ass face. I hate that I made that for you.
Thank you. You should have known better when I asked for artwork.
I just want to fucking punch him.
And he is going to just reach out towards you, Aranth, and his fingers just darken into pitch blackness and extend outwards, trying to reach for you. Congratulations. Please take 11 void damage.
Did you use black tendrils?
No, this is not a spell.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Wait, but
Nightmare
doesn't-
tendril.
I thought Void doesn't do shit to undead.
Go ahead and take the damage.
What the fuck?
Magic.
You're not injured
Oh.
by it.
Ah, what idiot.
However, please give me a fortitude save.
Oh, man.
The black tendrils of his fingers just sort of like wrap around your arm, and just with giving him the most disgusted look you could. Nothing happens.
The fuck are you doing?
Bad touch.
He's gonna try again.
Okay.
Ready for this? Boom. Bada bop boom pow. 16 damage that you take none of. Hot dog. Another fortitude save, please.
I knew Lauren was stupid, but this is a new level.
And I know we've had the issue in the past where I didn't realize enemies dealt only void damage and threw them against you guys. I knew these guys only dealt void damage. This was on purpose.
All of them do? No.
They're all the same stat block.
Oh,
These are just facsimiles of the dream. These aren't the real ones at all. So,
Wonder how a dream tastes.
Samitu's going to come do the same thing to you, Amira. Which you haven't necessarily seen what happened to Aran, so he just kind of walks around the corner towards you, just reaches out for you, and his hand sort of extends as it blackens towards you. Oh good, we're starting off with a crit. Please take 36 void damage.
I think it's almost that, Amira seeing him walk up to her is just so overwhelmed by rage that she lets him, hit her square in the chest. But let's see. Yeah, I'll...
Much
Okay.
better. That is a success.
Huh.
Yeah, as it just
Is it weird
passes
that I
through
was-
you and nothing happens.
I feel bad that I was secretly hoping for a low roll just to see what the effect is.
No, I feel the same way.
Well, guess what? He has one more action. He can try again. I don't even know why I'm rolling damage when I rolled a hit, just because it makes me feel good to see dice.
Shiny, sparkly plastic make pretty click-clack sound.
Yeah. It's like
That's
clack
true.
every time you
Right,
attack me.
fortitude save.
Whee!
Okay, let's see what the failure effect is,
Okay.
if it's anything. Am I taking persistent void damage?
As funny as that would be, no. Amira, you had the rage sort of blinded you when he first approached and hit you, and that's why you felt nothing. But as his blackened hand just kind of wraps around your chest, your mind suddenly goes blank.
Oh. Okay.
And
You are a puppet now.
visions of a memory you haven't thought about in a long time fill your mind.
Oh no, not the trauma!
Yes!
It's fitting that happened to your character.
All you can think about as his hand wraps around you is the first time you were rejected.
Oh no!
You become fatigued.
Oh god.
By the effect. That's going to bring us to Rybit's turn. Da-da-da-da! Hello there. Kashmir, as this large armored figure just walks through the wall and approaches you, there is an instinctual, almost dread that fills you looking at him. There is just this aversion to it, that this thing is wrong and should not be here. It is not going to attempt to inflict you with the visions that the rest have. Instead, I am going to need a will save from you as it casts a spell. Just planting its sword through the stone. That is a failure. I don't know if you'd like to hero point it or not. You're also muted if you've been talking.
I have been.
Oh no.
Oh, that's awesome. I have a primal aversion to swords, so I was going to hero point that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fucking swords.
So you will become frightened too, as well as taking 25 points of mental damage. As the sword plants into the stone, the ground sort of shakes and almost cracks around your feet.
Oh, actually.
Board in the stone.
Oh, do you have something to prevent yourself from taking damage?
It was just my shield.
We're waiting in suspense.
I don't think you can use shield block here.
I mean, I did.
You can use the shield.
She cast the shield before.
Shield block as a reaction is something you can use when you would take physical damage from an attack.
Damn it.
Not
Fine.
mental. Oh, sorry, no. You can use a spell's reaction to reduce damage from any spell or magical effect, even if it doesn't deal physical damage. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I don't read my spells. You can shield block it.
Okay, phew.
It's a bit interesting how one shields mental damage, but...
Right?
To be fair, I was going to say, all of Kashmir's everything is mental, so I think in this very specific instance, it should work.
Right. It does shatter your shield, and you cannot cast it again now. For a brief
It's magical bullshit.
I don't know if you know, but I didn't cast it the first time. It just happened.
That's fair. It won't happen again, though. But even as that sort of instinctual barrier you set up without realizing it absorbs some of the impact, strangely enough, you feel like you should be seeing something different. But this figure, that sword they're carrying, seems to be whatever is frightening you. It is the source. It does not need to change its appearance to frighten you more. Solomon, we're up to you.
Alright. 5-foot step.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to grapple him.
Sounds good.
Actually, I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you only get one react? So if I use my shield block, then I can't use like overselling flourish? Or are they different?
For now, you'll get your reaction back at the start of your turn.
Okay, so I can use another reaction, just only one each turn.
Correct.
Unless
Got
you
it,
have a
thank
feat
you.
that says otherwise.
Now, Lauren, a fantastic check here. However, I believe that automatically would not work because this figure is incorporeal. And I don't believe you have a ghost touch rune. And thus, there is no way for incorporeal to do strength-based checks against physical creatures, and no way for corporeal creatures to do strength-based checks against incorporeal creatures. You can't really
Wait, so
grab
does
onto
he
something
actually
that's
appear-
not there.
Well, is he actually does he look incorporeal, or as I try to grab him, I face through him?
I mean, you watched him walk through a wall. So
Oh, I thought that was just dream world shenanigans. I
that
wasn't
is up
sure
to
if that
you
was
if you'd like
ghost
to
cover.
think. Whatever you would like. You have not done recall knowledge against this guy, so what you've seen is all the information you have to go off of.
And this guy's no fun. Okay.
They're the manifestations of your minds.
Not my mind.
That's fair. It's also not like they can really do much damage to you guys.
Solomon over here doesn't have trauma. What are you talking about?
Solomon is the
Yet.
trauma. That will hit, though. Go ahead and roll damage. Alright.
Well,
He will take some of it. This time, especially, you tried to grab him the first time, felt your hands just sort of go through him, but as you reach back and punch outwards, specifically with the intent of harming, you do feel a bit of an impact.
I'm not sure if Mystic Strikes helps here. with
Making
any
them
of the
magical
calculations.
does matter, but you've got hand wraps, so your melee attacks are magical anyways.
Okay.
Mystic Strikes doesn't really do anything for you at the moment, now that you've got the hand wraps. If you didn't have the hand wraps, it would be very important.
Okay. And I'll need a fort
Yeah,
save from
fortitude
him.
save. Wahoo. He will crit succeed it.
Okay.
Lauren is just built to be an ass.
Yeah.
Did you have another action?
Flurry of blows.
Oh, right. It's fucking monks.
They break action economy. I love it.
I just forget you have it when you don't say it. So I'm like, wait a second. Mahari, we're up to you.
That's why I had the stunning fist on, is because I have to do flurry of blows to do it.
Right. Attempt to demoralize check.
Okay.
Where is it?
Basic action macros. Ho 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 ho. Hee hee ha ha hoo hoo. Hee 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 hee. Hoo 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 ha.
Jericho, are you okay?
I'm going to retry that.
Sure. Fantastic.
Wow! That's the classic fucking hero point.
Unfortunately, that will not do anything. As you stare at it, trying to intimidate it with your eyes, it doesn't even look at you. It
All
is so unperturbed and so focused on Kashmir in front of it that you might as well not exist to it at the moment.
Got it. All right, I'm going to strike it then.
Sure.
Or I'm going to attempt to.
When I get back, I think I'm going to sell the flurry and get a ghost touch instead.
You're gonna sell the what?
I think I'm going to sell the flurry and get a ghost touch instead.
Uh,
When we get back to town.
Practically impossible to find in Geb because they are fully illegal.
Oh, that's right, it's illegal. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Never
The
mind.
dead laws, you will be executed for being found using Ghost Touch. Very nice.
Also, it's subject to the crit specialization of the weapon.
That is already incorporated into it.
Nice.
Unfortunately, he's fine.
That ends my turn.
Alrighty. That will bring us to your turn, Amira.
So, Amira's having an interesting conundrum right now because the man she hates is standing right in front of her, but the woman she loves is over to the side getting tormented by a bird raven asshole. So I'm going to have her roll a d20.
Sure.
Okay. She is so consumed by hatred that Kashmi is not in her thoughts presently.
Ooh.
Okay.
That ghoul's too much in your mind at the moment.
Yeah, it's rough. She's going to start with a bon mot. And I was actually thinking about what I wanted to say here. Even as Samitu like wraps his weird black tendrils around her, and Amira like kind of her eyes dim a little bit. She grins up and is like, "Want to know something? All those orgasms were fake."
What?
Alrighty then.
Kashmi, for no reason, like not knowing why, but gets like a really smug, like grin on her face.
And somehow that critically succeeds.
Perfect.
It might not be the real Samitu, but it does
Gets
seem
the job
offended
done.
by that phrase.
Okay. Free devise a stratagem, of course.
Think
Probably should
fun.
have done that first, but it's whatever.
Think.
Hmm.
Okay, well,
That's a
we're
classic
just
devise a stratagem roll if I've ever seen one.
yeah, we're just gonna have to live with it. Okay, I'm going to put in just do the full combo.
What's over
de-
with?
demoralize.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then evangelize.
All right.
I'm just using the bond mel button, but you know what's up. There's no crit fail on evangelize, but you know what? No, I
You
hate
also
this asshole.
hilariously got a regular failure with a nat 1. Bon
Wow.
Mo
Okay, so
frightened made his DC so low that even a nat 1 for, I think the first time this campaign was just a regular failure.
he is stupefied 2 for 1 round.
Ooh, boy. Alrighty. Chance of failing a spell, that's a bit rough.
And that will be my turn.
Aranth, you're up. Bursting blue. Ooh. Alright. I'll go ahead and give him a fortitude save. Which he will succeed, so he'll take half the piercing damage. By the by, we cannot hear you if you're talking.
Nope, I'm just seething.
Ah, that's fair. Alright, so he takes a very small amount of the piercing damage. Not only does he manage to just shrug it off, but based off of the fact that at this point you're all pretty certain these creatures are non-corporeal, he takes even less. He does still take some, but not very much out of that. And he just stands there, smugly looking at you.
Fine, then I'll do that, and I don't give a fuck that it's map.
So, casting Scorching Blast on its own just wastes the spell.
Really?
Remember, the way Scorching Blast works, you use one action to cast it, and then you can use each of your following actions that turn to make attacks with it.
I know a bitch.
Guidance me,
Just
guidance
punch
me.
him. Just punch him.
Aranth has no sight on you, Amira.
Oh, right, she's
She's around the corner.
Yeah, sorry.
Good
You
guidance,
know who
Kashmir,
she-
or Solomon, or yourself even. Though doing it on yourself wouldn't really do much except give you a buff to your saves.
Help me punch him more.
Fantastic. He is not frightened by you, Aranth. I'm so sorry.
Went about as well as mine did.
I hate everything.
Even
His
Solomon's
brain
like,
just gets a
"That's
little bit more smug.
Even Solomon's like, that's adorable.
Kashmi, that'll bring us to your turn, I believe.
She will blow Gale up with you in the vicinity, and she does not give a single fuck, Solomon.
Go ahead and try. You're a corpor, or no, actually, you're a ghost too.
Nuh-uh.
Arant's a vampire.
Oh, in that case, that's even better. You are corporeal.
All right,
Thought
Arant.
you were better than this.
Me?
No, my
Oh.
guy.
The guy in front of you.
Yep.
You're not sure if he's actually looking at you, but you think he is. What action are you suggesting?
Let's just talk it out. It is the logical thing to do.
Yes, get him to let his guard down so we can punch him easier.
And it's not against his own self-interest.
Kashmi, with your specific circumstances, I will allow you in this situation to use a hero point to force him to reroll if you would like.
Yeah, take it.
All right.
Is that Kashmi?
What do you mean?
Kashmi's rolling against herself?
Nope. This is
He's forcing an
this
enemy
guy
to
rolling the will
re-roll.
save. But because of some circumstances, I allowed her to use a hero point to force him to reroll.
Interesting.
I have a quick question that I don't know I'm allowed the answer to. Does Solomon know who Rabbit Shin is? Because that was Rabbit Shin's, place, right? So...
You've at the very least seen him before, Solomon, if you haven't spoken with him extensively. Because it's not like when the torture was going on, he was really directly leading the torture or participating in the sessions. But you would have definitely seen this large armored figure in the cells a number of times, and seemingly in control of the others.
He's just going after anyone he can in here, and Lauren here was the first one he found.
Solomon craves violence, and that's it. He's a simple man.
Pretty much.
And
It's this whole backstory, basically.
Kashmi, as you look at this figure in front of you and say, let's just talk it out, the armored head just stares at you for a moment. But after a second, the figure takes their hands off the sword and fades from existence.
Oh. She was right! We could have just talked to them!
I'm not sure Solomon could have been restrained that much.
Yeah,
Fair.
Mahari also wasn't going to be talking to them either.
Talking, boo.
Anyway, we're up to Lauren's turn. I hope you're ready, Aranth.
All right. Hit
I'm
me.
going to
Go
touch
ahead and give me
you.
that will save.
I'm really sad because I was really hoping to get some answers.
You think I'd give you answers that easily?
I know. But
Ooh,
Kashmi is standing there quite sad. Because he was the closest thing to a memory she's had.
Yeah. You'll just have to make new ones for the third or fourth time in your own life.
Wait, what? Oh, no.
Aranth, I do have to ask, as Lauren attempts to take the form of whatever your biggest fear is, what form does he attempt to take? That just
Lauren?
doesn't faze you at all.
Sarian is a spider.
I could understand that, yeah. Head just morphs into that of a spider, but you're more disgusted than afraid.
A girl with a spider boyfriend has arachnophobia.
She didn't know he was a spider, man.
Yeah, she did.
Oh yeah, heaven forbid you get to know someone before judging them.
So he's just gonna touch you. And fail miserably. Alrighty. Lauren, as useless as I expected him to be.
Yep.
So we're on to Samitu. Who has been
Come on,
bomb
asshole.
mode, stupefied, frightened. Yeah, and he's going to try and turn into the physical manifestation of the ghoul, once more rejecting you, Amira.
Okay.
He will succeed his stupefied check.
Ooh. Okay, let's make sure. Okay, it's all there.
Ooh,
Fuck, I don't have hero points.
shame.
You
You
used
become-
both of them already?
Amira goes through them quick.
Me too, though.
It's going to be 27 mental damage as Simitu before your eyes transforms into that ghoul once more, and just with disgust on their face, turns around and walks a few steps away from you.
No. No. Not again. Not again.
And he'll actually play the part and walk a few steps away. And that'll bring us to your turn, Solomon.
All right. I'm gonna try to demoralize him.
I'm here just to cause mental problems to people.
Oh, you.
Combat? What's that?
I was gonna make a joke that no mental problems you can cause me are greater than what I already have.
Unfortunate,
Oh, well.
Solomon.
All right, time to
Unfortunate
just
indeed.
flurry of blows again.
Sure. Just beat the shit out of him. Nice. All right, 28 damage.
Stunning
And
fist.
I need a
He does not have to make the save against Stunning Fist unless... Oh no, it is if either strike. God, no one plays monks in my games. I never remember how they work. It is if either strike hits, yes. That one he will fail and become stunned 1.
Get fucked,
Nice.
loser!
Hey!
Nice. Alright.
All right,
Doing
so let
good
me see.
damage to him.
Demoralize. See, demoralize, and then flurry of blows, which is a single action. So I guess I'll just fish.
Fish for the 20? Nope. Unfortunate. Alright, Mahari, your target has vanished.
Yep, and he heard Amira up here, so 15 feet to there, so he sees this. That'd make it 25 feet for 1 full action.
No.
He's gonna... Huh?
That was just where I was gonna go. I'm sorry.
He's gonna use 1 action to shift his weapon into the Gisarm.
Okay.
Gisarm.
Huh?
Gisarm. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just being a shitter.
Alright. It does not have anything on it.
It does. It doesn't have it in the name, but it has the runes.
It has a plus 16 to hit. It should be a plus 17.
It is. I don't know what you're looking at. It is a plus 17 on my screen.
Alright, well, let's
Let's see what happens when you roll.
Yeah, no, let's target this asshole. Alright. And roll it.
Roll it. Rolling. Interesting, it did add 16 for you. What the hell? Foundry. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have
I'll
it
take-
equipped in the right amount of hands, or
Yep.
invested?
Yeah.
Yep. I'll
Well,
take my hero
melee
point for
weapons
that.
don't invest. I'll see if I can figure out. You might have to, for whatever reason, change the runes on your side of things. Should be
Okay,
really weird.
I'll do that.
But yeah, just open up the weapon details and see if it has the runes applied to it and specific magic item checked. And while you're
It
doing
does not.
that,
I'll add them.
yeah, go for it. Interesting that didn't work for you.
Magic item. Oh, what? Striking.
Yeah, you gotta put the runes on before you click specific magic item.
Okay. 1.
But Amira, that brings us to your turn as he's doing this.
Okay.
Hey, Jericho.
Yes.
Every time I click potency rune and go to striking. God damn it. Potency doing +1, it flicks it around.
Alright, I'll take a look after session. I might just have to log in as you.
Okay,
Um,
guys.
Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I'll go ahead and devise a stratagem.
All right.
See what we get from it.
Think, thonk, think.
I mean, we know these guys are kind of ginky, so. Yeah, I'll dive in. Take a stab, even though I am frightened. Yeah, the frightened might make it not hit, but whatever. Oh, yeah.
Because you're
Exactly
frightened,
like
it
I
does
said.
not hit.
Okay, and then I'm going to statement strut away. I need Samidu to make me. Oh, because of the fatigued and the frightened. Very
He's
sad.
also not stupefied anymore. All right, he'll go ahead and make that will save. He'll not 1.
Hey!
Be unable to use
Cannot
reactions
cannot use reactions.
until the end of your next turn.
Very
Fantastic.
nice.
He has villain points.
He does not. These losers aren't worth the villain points.
Hmm.
All right, Aranth, we're up to you.
Just shank him.
Oh, alrighty. That's a hit. Roll that damage. Believe it or not, Lauren does not have the holy trait. So he will not take the extra spirit damage, but he will take the cold damage. Freezing very heavily in front of you. What would you like to do with your final action?
Stab him.
In order to... I don't think I got a weapon.
You got fangs.
Bite him.
You could also set up your claws.
Blow up
I
your
don't-
cat.
You could force Gale to move out there so you can blow him up.
I forget what did we change it to? Her relic stuff? Because I can't use my claws yet, I don't think.
Oh, correct. You have not picked up your ring, so yes, you
Yeah.
do not have your claws at the moment. All you've got is your gaze and Tide of Death.
Now, if I want to use fangs, it's at map 5, right?
Yes. So you'd have that +6 to hit. Nope. You tried though, and that's what counts.
I don't give a fuck. We're an hour out from the session. Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Good try.
Okay!
All right. Kashmi, we're up to you.
Having seen everything that just went on with Amira, I didn't like that at all. So I'm gonna reach out and put my arms on her shoulders.
Yeah, Amira is kind of hyperventilating at this point, so as Kashmi reaches out and puts a hand on her shoulders, Amira, like, gingerly grabs onto Kashmi and accepts the healing.
And then I'm gonna say,
Oh, you gotta roll
You're
the
enough.
healing for Soothe, Kashmi.
what?
You gotta roll the
Oh,
healing.
I thought she rolled the healing.
Nope. You get to... People will put effects on themselves if they've got it, but when it comes to rolling dice, you get to do it.
Take the magic.
Nice.
And in her, like, severely traumatized state of mind, she's going to say something that maybe comes off as really creepy, but as she holds onto Kashmi, she's just going to whisper, "Please don't ever leave me. Please."
I'm gonna sigh slightly uncomfortably, and then I'm gonna lift your face so that I'm looking at you, and I'm going to tell you you're enough. You have to let him go. And that's your guidance.
Oh.
All right, and that'll bring us to Mr. Stundaloran over here. Food, he can't cast that. Yeah, he's just gonna try and really frighten you, Aranth. Good old will save, please. Ooh, that fails. You will become frightened too. As just a deep dread implants your mind. You're not exactly sure why. He's kind of a pushover here. It's not like he can really hurt you, but something about him just begins to unnerve you from the bottom of your chest. So anyway, Mahari, you do have a reactive strike, correct?
Correct.
You may make one if you'd like.
Yes, please. And I figured out a way to put the ruins on it. It was very weird.
Okay. Well, that's good. That will still not hit, though, unfortunately. As he just... Boop. Hello again.
Full.
You thought you could escape? You fool. It would be nice to see you hurt your friends, I think. So let's go ahead and ask for another will save, Amira.
Oh, no. I mean, I got the soothe on me, so there's that.
You do.
I like that.
Ooh, a success thankfully will only leave you stunned 1 as you feel Samitu, this time as he reaches out for you, begins to invade your mind. And for a moment, Kashmi and Samitu swap places.
Oh. I want to say that when I'm... somebody's targeting him right now, and they have a red color, and it looks like he has a fucking clown nose.
Oh, see, I see him. Oh, now it's the nose. He had an orange target on him as well for me, so it looked like he had eyes that were those colors.
He looks like he has a clown nose
Yeah,
now.
now he's got the nose. How to make your enemies not scared at all. Clown nose them via targeting. All right, that does it for his turn, though. So Solomon, we're up to you.
Solomon,
Seeing as he's not,
kill this
seeing
guy.
as he's not,
Oh, sorry.
seeing as he isn't getting a good fight from this guy, he's just gonna try and end it a little bit quicker.
All right.
See these draconic talons seem to grow from his fists as he starts swinging.
Get that extra D10 slashing damage. That just barely hits because you're flanking.
Okay. So it says the dragon set here is adding an extra D8. On the description it says a D10.
I might have done that wrong. I know what happened. I forgot to update it. Go ahead, turn off the D8 and roll an extra D10. Or you can just roll it and I'll put 1 more damage on him.
Okay.
That is
actually, what I can do...
okay.
Yeah, I'll just roll it normally. It's flurry of blows, so...
It should be a D8, not a D10. I don't know why I have a D10 there.
Why does the description say... whatever.
Yeah, mistypo because these I all had to make by hand. So I put a typo in there.
Ah.
Yeah, don't worry
Gotcha.
about it. This is what happens when you have the GM with no sanity left trying to do shit. Where is strike set bonus? Very
There's the
nice.
second.
21 damage, and I will give that save for Stunning Fist. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bop, boom, pow. He will succeed this time.
Okay, so that was my first action, was those 2 strikes. So
second action, realistically, since your first one was the Dragon Strike.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's right.
There you go. Nice.
And here comes the final slam into the ground from the GIF.
We have a moment.
Check his butt.
Ooh, yeah. This time, your claws just go through his chest, drag him down to the ground, slamming him into it, and Lauren just collapses and begins to dissipate in on himself. The description of your dragon set is fixed, by the way.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
You got kidnapped by this?
Mahari, you're up.
You're muted, Mahari, I think.
Intimidating strike.
Go for it.
Let's see if I can hit him this time.
You won't. Shit. It worked. Damn it.
And he's frightened 1.
Hot
If
diggity
it's
dog.
possible. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. Mira, you are stunned 1 here, so you only got 2
Okay.
actions.
Let's go ahead.
I think I'm too used to playing my barbarian. I'm so used to higher melee damage numbers.
Oh my Jiminy Cricket! Why can't I get good damage rolls?
Don't forget, you've got guidance.
Yeah, which I think even with the frightened, I can probably get the hit here. Now, I could stab him with my rapier, but I think it would be funnier to use my fangs.
Those do have 2 less to hit than your rapier.
Why aren't they agile?
Less damage.
Can I make my fangs agile, please, so I can use them with devise?
It's also not that they're agile, it's that you don't have... you do have the hand wraps, you should get the buff. Oh, they're not finesse. That's what it is.
Well...
no, fangs are not finesse.
Okay. Whatever, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna stab him. Or is there anything I can do before I stab him to
You've got
give
1
me a
action.
better stab?
Oh no, devise was free.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, I can't demoralize or anything else, so I'm... Yep, it's just stabbing time.
Alright.
Okay, let's make sure all this stuff is on.
That will end up hitting.
Hey! There we go. So the thing he did last, was it like he made himself look like Kashmir?
He sort of like reached forward, grabbed the sides of your head, and it almost for a moment looked like he and Kashmir then switched places, and Kashmir was holding your head.
Okay.
But then you just sort of had to take a moment to shake your head clear, and they switched back to who they're supposed to be.
Then, as Amira slashes her rapier across his chest, she just growls out, "Get her face off of you." He's gonna deal some damage.
Alright, very nice. Very, very nice. It's very weird. Oh, I see. Never mind. He is a incorporeal creature, unfortunately, so precision damage.
Oh,
There's no vitals to strike.
Ooh.
So he does take a hit, but not a big one from you.
Very sad.
Aranth, we're up to you. Lauren just died in front of you. How do you feel about that?
She's gonna be pissed because she didn't get to do it.
That's fair.
You should punch Solomon.
You're taking too long.
Go fuck yourself.
I said what I said.
I mean, if you're offering.
She's not.
Well, then it's always plan B.
No. Ugh, fine.
I will also leave it up to you guys after Aranth casts her Phase Bolt here if you would like to continue rolling dice in combat. Simitu's out of any real ways to do anything to you all. Nice nat one, Aranth.
If it's okay, I would love to just beat his ass.
Yeah, skip to you guys kicking him into the dirt.
Sadly, if he dissipates after we beat him, that means that Amira can't rip his throat out with her teeth.
I mean, we can say you do that with the final blow, but you will.
I was robbed of that fucking opportunity. Thanks, Solomon.
Just blow Gale up on Solomon's back.
They'll have more HP by the end of it.
All right. Go ahead and grab that free hero point, though, Aran, since you not won. And I think we're going to go ahead and end the encounter there as you all just gang up and beat the shit out of Samitu, who will proceed to die horribly and like a loser.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Is there... Is there any blood, or because he's incorporeal? Dang it.
These are creatures entirely dreamed up by you all. There's nothing left of them. There's no blood. They were not real at all.
Amira looks as disappointed as Solomon does. But,
strike Dekansu.
Does my fatigue go away?
Nope.
Oh boy. Okay.
Have fun with that. But as the last of them falls before you, what would you all like to do?
Amira will kind of...
Go ahead and take a quick break. We can do that as well if you'd like. I know we've been going for a while.
Yeah, I'm fine with the quick 3-minute break or whatever.
Solomon's just gonna go steal someone's room and sulk for a while.
Thankfully, there's an unclaimed rune. Or you can sleep in Sarion's bed.
That's weird.
He's just grabbing
I hate it.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and take a 3-minute break or so. So stand up, stretch, get some water, and I will see you all in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you all had a good little break. So, as you all finish the fight against these strange facsimile enemies of yourself, it is late evening at this point. What would you all like to do?
Collect our relics.
Yeah. When you guys
Sulking.
head into each... Solomon sulking, that's fair. When you all each head into your rooms, located on the nightstands or on the side tables on the dressers, the items you've all been missing are there waiting for you. Aranth, your ring, just lying in wait on the table for you. I should grab these items for you guys. Amira, your multiple little pieces of jewelry, bracelet, the bangles, the Wayfinder, all the items you've been missing up till this point. Kashmir, are you heading into the bedroom as well, or are you staying up there?
Stay up here and collect myself.
Okay, that's fair. Mahari, in your room, a series of items as well, 2 of which you remember. However, this time when you take a look at them, the holy symbols that had so ostentatiously adorned them prior seem to have been burned off. Good. As well as a ring sits atop them.
Mahari will take the cloak and put it around his shoulders again, put on the belt, and he'll take the ring and attempt to put it on his left middle finger.
It fits perfectly. As you're all sort of collecting yourselves, finding the items you've so missed, feeling their power flow back into you, their abilities that you've missed this entire time, gracing yourselves once more. There's a knock at the front door.
Oh, for fuck's sake, what now?
Mahari's gonna go out and
Where you are?
God damn it.
I hope
Hey.
I'm not intruding too late into your rest.
Another one.
No, don't hit this one, Solomon.
His fist was already raised. Huh? Why?
May I come in?
Let's. I'm fine with it, but
That was funny.
He shuts his face.
Can
Oh.
I come in? Just slams the door in his face.
That's fair.
oh Ram. Lauren's here, the real one.
How do we know it's the real one?
That's a great question. Well, he's been speaking normally, so there's that.
Oh,
And
fuck.
he's present while you're not there.
He's extra
Someone's just-
smug.
Someone's just staring at him.
Don't you look strapping? Seems
Also,
to catch
I
a
think-
glimpse of some of the stitches on you. Shoddy work at best. Would you like me to take a look? I might be able to do a bit better.
He used to just stare at him.
Free of charge, of course. Friends. A friend of a friend of a friend. We're all friends here, right? Happily improve your strength.
Irant is just
You look
kind of.
tasty.
She's looking at Amira, and Gale is just like weaving between her ankles.
You're also absolutely hearing this conversation from where you are, Aranth.
It's gonna be that Ben Affleck meme where he's holding the cigarette. Like that. Like that's her facial expression right now.
Do you want to stay here for now while we deal with this?
Why would I let you do that?
Fair enough.
She's gonna kind of gently squeeze past Amira and stomp out into the dining hall.
Amira will lean against the wall.
I'm just gonna block the doorway.
Amira will give Solomon a nod.
Mahari's just gonna like, he's just gonna like lean over here and just watch this play out.
With this sort of reception, I almost think I'm in enemy territory or something like that. Ah, there she is, Aranth dear. You look good.
Shut your fucking mouth and don't call me that ever again.
No.
Did he just know her in the middle of her sentence?
Yes.
Lauren,
He's going to try and brush past you all. He seems to be heading towards the study.
Amira will actively try to block him and will look to Mahari to help her.
You invite a guest into your home and you don't allow him a comfortable place to sit for a civil discussion?
No.
Who sent
You
an
can
invite?
stand.
Lauren, I'm going to say this right now. I cannot guarantee your safety in this house if you continue to act like this. I get the feeling you have some things to say that we're going to want to hear. I would like you
What would
to
make
say
you think
those
that?
things.
I certainly didn't try and give that impression. He'll look at Mahari, he'll look at you, Kashmi, he'll look over at you, Solomon. Have I given the impression so far that I had things I wish to say that of great importance to you all? You do look
No,
tired,
you have
Amira.
not. Though it
You
begs the
okay?
question of why you even came.
Why not?
Yeah,
I hope not.
Can you at least tell us that part? Why you're here?
Just wanted to see you all. I did put in so many resources to making sure you all made it out of there safely. I think I deserve to make sure my investments are safe.
Yeah, the question I have is why? Why did you get us out of there?
Why not? Right? It's a selfish ass. Selfish ass.
Amira will look to Aranth for permission to let him through.
As long as he admits that he's a selfish asshole out loud, if it's cathartic to him, then by all means.
He was
But
saying
no.
Rabbit's a selfish ass, not himself.
Oh, well, I mean, it still stands. She was half listening.
Oh, wonderful.
You are not going anywhere in my fucking house.
Are you sure? What if I walked over here?
For fuck's sake.
Well, Lauren, what part of I cannot guarantee your safety if you continue to act like this did you not understand?
Kid, you
Then
all
you get to
obviously
stand.
haven't figured out how to deal with Aranth yet. It's so easy to get a reaction out of her.
Selma just leads over to Mahari. Does this mean I can't eat him yet?
So you get
Not
to
yet.
stand. You just get to stand like the
What?
fucking peasant you are and talk while my patience is still threadbare at best.
Uh,
You have patience?
your humor has improved, that's for certain. I want to make sure you all just heard that. Aranth told a joke. Astounding. I guess being with you
Mahari
all
will
really
just
is
like
good for her.
slowly clap. Mahari just slowly claps and then just folds his arms again.
I suppose one of your friends finds it funny. Still a little work needs to be done, Aranth, but you're getting there. We'll make a real person out of you yet, I suppose. Anyway, what do we have up here? Beautiful little sitting area. You don't wish to join me? If we're going to talk, we should be comfortable, shouldn't we?
She's gonna look at Amira. Get him out of the fucking chair. I don't want him touching any of our furniture.
Amira will lean in and kind of like put her hand on Aranth's shoulder, as gently and as gingerly as she can. And
She's
say,
trembling.
and maybe like pull her a little bit close for a half hug or something like that. And say, we're going to hear him out, and if he doesn't have anything valuable for us, then we kill him. And if he does have something valuable for us, we still kill him, but afterwards.
Fine.
I want to help you get your revenge, Aranth, but I want revenge for everybody else too, and he might help us get that.
You know, Mahari, it does look like your sense of humor has dried up a tad. I, at the very least, think I'm deserving of a thank you, don't you? After all, if it weren't for me, you all would still be stuck there for gods know how long. So...
Thank you. Now shut up and tell us what you're here for.
Let me rephrase the question, Lauren. Would you please tell us why you're here? And thank you for getting us out of that rat-infested shithole.
You're very welcome, Mahari. It's nice to have some gratitude around here. At the same time, though, I feel like I shouldn't answer. Your friend did just tell me to shut up, so... I get the distinct impression she doesn't like me.
Well, Lauren, by our association with the Aranth, I'm pretty sure all of us don't like you. Me to a lesser extent. As you said, my humor is kind of gone. But no, feel free to speak.
Sorry, you said your humor is humorous is kind of gone. Sorry, that was a bad joke. What were you saying?
Can you
Does he
just
need both of his
please-
arms?
Yes, he does, Parliament. Can you please tell us why you're here? You obviously came with a purpose.
I came to
A man of
congratulate
your... Congratulate me?
Are you not all safe, hale, hearty, as healthy as you can be, ready to tackle your problems and get revenge on those who have wronged you?
Yes, we are, but that does beg the question, Lauren. Aranth wants you gone. I mean,
That's
she's
fair.
been very vocal about it.
He'll
So,
pop a button on his collar, pull the shirt to the side. Right here, Aranth. Feel free to tear it out whenever you'd like.
Mahari
Iranth
will-
is
will-
just visibly vibrating again out of anger, but Gale is desperate. The cat is just like weaving between her ankles. He's trying his best.
Lauren, as admittedly as I myself am unable to get on her nerves, seeing you do it is admittedly interesting. Can we please refrain from trying to set her off?
Nope, I can't
it
hold her
is
back
funny.
right now.
Admittedly, it is funny.
I'm not
She cuts a
attempting to
look.
set her off. I'm being completely open and honest.
You
If
want
you
her
want
to
to
rip
bite
your throat
Aranth,
out?
now's your chance.
We know you probably have other bodies. Don't.
You destroyed my lab. Unfortunately, those supplies are might difficult to come across. And
Yes, but
I did have
it's
something
been.
else to put my money into these last few hundred years, so... You think finding you all was easy?
Please, Lauren, can you get to the point?
I came to congratulate you all. You're free. Is that not cause for a celebration? I didn't bring any gifts because I know what happened the last time you all got a gift from someone that you didn't fully trust. But I just wanted to offer my congratulations in person. I think you all being here today together is definite grounds for applause.
And
what?
where's the other shoe?
On my foot.
No, Lauren. What she means is, you invested a tidy sum of resources into freeing us.
Mm-hmm.
And no one in this nation does anything out of the goodness
I've
of
already
their
gotten
heart.
what I wanted. Why would I ask for anything else?
And
just
that
want
is...
Around safety. You think she's able to grow when she's mucking about in some workhouse being drained daily and then tortured mentally for decades? Not
Why are you
good
still
working
pretending
conditions
to give a
for
shit
that marrow
about
to
me?
settle.
Aranth, he's not pretending.
That's
But he-
probably even worse, honestly.
No,
Whose
no, no, no,
fucking
no, no,
side
no.
are you on, Mahari? Just
I'm on
curious.
the side that benefits me. Right now, that's all of
Oh.
us.
Good to know.
Thank you. But he does care about you, just not in the way you think.
Okay, if you care about Aranth, tell us everything you know about Rabbit-Chin.
About Rybit? Ooh. She's not very much connected to Aranth, so...
He's kind of the one that put her in that prison for 200 years, and
That
if we don't want something like
fair.
that happening again, we need to kill him.
He is kind of the reason I paid to get you all out in the first place. He wasn't supposed to take any of you. Well, aside from you, Kashmir, dear, and you look amazing, by the way. It's nice to see you again.
Her eyes roll so hard in the back of her skull that it gives her a headache.
Ranth, I've only ever wanted the best for you. Do you think decades in a cell like that are good for you? I didn't want you there, but Rybit, he outranks me a little bit, and your father may have owed him a favor or two, so...
Why are you so hopelessly obsessed with my safety? even after all these years?
Because I've put so much effort into you. Why would I
It's
want to see that go to
pathetic.
waste?
It's pathetic. Truly.
You're an experiment, Aranth.
So are you, Mahari.
No. I mean, you are his experiment. He wants to see what you do. If you're locked up, you can't do anything.
That's not accurate, Mahari, but good guess. But Aranth is right. You are the experiment here.
Oh, yes,
And
I completely agree with you.
Unfortunately failed one at that. Surprised to see your body's holding up, though. That's
Yes,
impressive.
well, if you knew the things I had to do to get back into this condition, you'd probably think I was insane.
My good sir, we're in Geb. Are any of us really truly sane?
Fair enough.
I mean, look around you.
I'm starting to think by comparison I might be.
Sorry, give me one moment. Someone's trying to speak to me. Alright, thank you for that. And good to know you're still around, Mahari. Some people who are very interested to know about that have just been informed. So
Thank
cheers.
you. Do I get to know who these people are?
You already know. But more of a passing interest they had in finding out that their first failure was still around. There have been wonderful successes based off of you, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yes, that's what I've been told.
Much better than you. But, I mean, if you've managed to hold yourself together, then who's to say you can't outgrow them? It'd be fun
I
to
have
watch.
one question left for you, Lauren.
Oh, only one? By all
Why are
means,
you
ask
trying to
away.
get yourself killed?
Why not? Live as long as I have. It does get mildly boring, and unfortunately, Aranth's growth is stunted at the moment. It's a shame, really.
So you're willing to let yourself die to continue this little experiment of yours
It's
with
not
Aranth?
an experiment.
What is it?
It's perfection.
What is it?
It's
You missed the mark by a lot.
compared to you, sir. Maybe. I mean, you do have some qualities, but not exactly what I was going for. So.
What were you going for?
I just said it. Perfection. The origin.
But Aranth's... she's just a vampire like you.
She's just a nothing.
Just
She
saying
is
she's
definitely
like
not
me.
just anything.
Aranth is not just like me. She's so much more. So
I'm
much
right
more.
here.
I'm aware, but you don't seem to wish to talk to me right now.
So,
I couldn't imagine
you-
why.
You say
Does
she's
it-
so much more. What is she?
I've said this twice now. Perfection. Is that really
No,
so
no,
hard
no,
for you to
no.
understand?
what do you mean by that? And no offense to Aranth, you are perfect in my eyes. Don't worry about that. But why did you choose her for your little perfection
I
thing?
didn't choose her. I made her.
What the
He wanted a
fuck does
female.
that?
He wanted a female version of himself.
Aranth's creation was nothing to do with my designs. Let me make one thing perfectly clear here.
Whose decisions was it?
Her father's.
Her father's?
Of
Okay.
course. Well, whether father is the right term or not is up for debate. But yes, he was responsible for her.
Please tell me that Aranth hasn't been living all her life thinking someone else was her biological father.
Are you saying that in character?
Yeah, in character.
He just shrugs at you.
At this point,
Lauren's the biological father?
no,
That would be weird. That would be
That
super
would be-
fucking weird.
That would be
That'd be
weird.
gross.
That would be horrific. That would be
Oh
awful.
God!
Oh,
What
Mahari
in the
was
Game
cute.
of Thrones? No,
Uh,
Lauren.
Yeah, this would be Game
Okay.
of Thrones.
Like, okay, Solomon, I don't know if you were, like, filled into the loop other than Lauren's just a piece of shit. Lauren is her ex.
And the one who turned her into a vampire.
Yeah.
All I know is that he experimented on her. That's all I know about it.
Yeah, no, that's foul. Yeah, he's her ex-boyfriend.
Uh,
And
uh,
Sarian has little dog syndrome when he's in the same room as Lauren.
Amir is gonna shrug at this point and say, okay, I don't know if we're getting anything more out of this guy. Do whatever the fuck you want with him.
Good night, Amira.
I'm gonna turn to him and I'm gonna say hi.
Hi, Kashmir. You look well.
I know, right? I mean, thank you. I think I may have hit my head,
That's
and I
unfortunate.
don't remember a lot.
Hmm.
And you're using so many big words, and you're talking really cryptically, and like, would you do me a huge favor and talk to me like a literal child?
Sure.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm a bad person. Let's just get that out of there. Aranthia, bless her little fake heart, is a creation, you could say. A model of what perfection will become, but requires a bit more work. You're getting there, maybe 60% of the way at this point, I think. A little over halfway. But her growth has stunted a little bit, much to blame on the effects of the last 200 years or so of imprisonment, and well, I
Use
just
smaller
couldn't bear-
words, asshole. And she just looks
Needs more
visibly.
meat.
She just looks visibly disgruntled and walks away with Gale.
Fine. You want small words. How to say this? Aranth is a doll that we're trying to make into a real vampire. Does that make sense?
What the fuck does that mean?
Who's we?
Me and the person she thinks is her father. You should know him, actually.
I don't know anybody.
You really
How
did hit
big
your
is
heart.
this list?
No. You should remember him at some point. He was a good friend of yours.
Oh my... Not like this, Jericho.
Okay. Okay.
He's not a good person either, but
So do you know who Aranth's real dad is?
she doesn't have one.
Is her mom her mom?
No, of course not.
Oh god, she's literally a simulacra. A homunculus.
Lauren,
Yes?
if Aranth has no parents, how was she created?
Just said I used the smallest words I possibly could. My gods. She
No,
is a
I mean-
doll.
No, but what is she? Is her flesh real?
Mahari, let me ask you a question. Have you heard of something called magic?
Yes, I have.
There's your answer.
Fair
Don't need to know
enough.
the nitty-gritty of it. It's not an
I probably
experiment
wouldn't understand
or,
it.
something you should ever try, but just note, it took a very long time developing. And that is why I could not bear to see her wallowing away for 200 years. It's an affront to
how-
everything I've worked towards.
How do you know that guy with the sword?
I don't know him very well, but he was also a friend of yours. He, Aranth's father figure, you, Geb, all very good friends, all students under the same teacher.
Wait. Mahari's
What?
gonna point at Kashmi. She knows Geb, as in the ruler of the nation Geb?
As you say that, I'm gonna get a loving, contented, peaceful smile on my face.
She's married to him, Mahari. What? Of course she knows him.
Her
Is this
head,
information the party has yet?
No,
Nope.
this isn't.
Since Arant can hear all of this, she's just gonna slowly look up from her head being in her hands. She's gonna run and find a mirror immediately.
So, Lauren, I'm assuming they would use my template to make soldiers. Is that a good assumption?
Oh, we're talking about you now.
Yes. Are they just doing the process to anyone, or are they specifically making other gnolls like
You'll
me?
find out. Don't worry about that. Where would all the fun be if I gave you all the answers right now? You seem to be asking a lot of questions, and I feel like I shouldn't be giving much more information.
Well, I mean, you did give someone information about me.
But of course, it's part of my job.
I suppose you won't tell me who it was.
I already told you, you know exactly who it is. Just think a little bit. Oh, sorry, is that still too difficult for you?
It's still too difficult
Please don't
for
be
me.
mean.
I'm sorry, Kashmi. Your dog here has always had trouble thinking for himself and making his own decisions, so I had assumed since he managed to survive, he would have solved that problem and would actually be able to think for himself now, but it seems I had too great expectations for him.
I said, please be nice. You're just being mean to be mean.
That's exactly correct.
Stop it.
No. Where would the fun in that be?
As you can see, I did not get over it, so...
Yes! It's time!
I will give him a will save here. And then,
Finally.
Mahari, you're going to be the only person who has time to make a reactive strike against him as well as he casts a spell.
Yep.
Didn't mean to.
All right.
I should do.
Well,
Do we
at this
roll
point,
initiative?
No, we're just doing this real quick.
At this point, Mahari would be... Actually, he'd use his fangs.
No!
Go ahead and make a strike, Mahari.
Yes.
That is not
Oh.
a critical success.
Okay. But it hits, though.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
it is a success.
It is a success. Okay.
We're just going with Iran's talking. I don't know why Gale is still selected.
I don't know either. As you bite into
Howard.
his flesh, Mahari, and Kashmi unleashes a scream without even really meaning to. Amira, you come around the corner. Solomon, you start charging towards you. This has been a wonderful conversation, all. See you soon. And he will vanish.
We have got to fucking kill that guy.
And
don't know how-
we will.
I don't know how Gale got in there. Please help.
There you go.
Thank you.
Up and
This
put
is
my
what
hands
happens
on
when
him.
you spend more
Gale is
time.
Arant's therapy cat now.
I mean,
This is what happens. You spend so much time talking. You get away.
Amira is gonna place her hand on Solomon's shoulder and look at him dead in the eyes with a serious look on her face and say, Solomon, don't worry. We're gonna have you kill lots and lots of people real soon.
So much talking.
I'm gonna put my hands on Arant's shoulders and look deep into her eyes and tell her, he is completely wrong. You are 100% perfect.
there's a lot of information that I have to process right now.
And you're perfect.
I was created in a lab too. Look how I turned out. His muscle.
I was created from almost dying, so what the hell?
I understand you're trying to help here, but that doesn't help me right now.
How can we help you right now?
We need to leave. I can't. I can't. I can't be in here right now.
I'm gonna take her hand and I'm gonna pull her right out the house.
All right. Kashmi just sort of pulls Aranth out of the house back onto the open deck of the ship.
I'm all fucked up.
Hey, we can go off the map. What the hell?
To the void.
Into the void we go.
You can see at this point it is late night. The sun is completely down. The moon is up in the sky, shining just a small amount of light onto the deck.
Flixel.
Lixel has gone to bed.
Yeah, but where?
She would have let you guys know where her room is.
We need to rudely awaken her after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, I don't know this bitch, but the thing that I do know is she fucking set us up.
Okay.
Okay.
Sort of barging into the crew's quarters where Lixel is sleeping. You get the sense she was probably sleeping in the captain's quarters until you guys came back, and has since taken up now tonight a slot in the crew's quarters. But
I get to barge down the door.
Kool-Aid Man it open, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys own? Okay.
We can fix it.
You're in heavy debt.
It's a door. To the cruise cap, they don't even need a door. They're fine. Bust it down.
No, don't. Oh, for God's sakes.
Let's allow the man a little bit of violence. We've barely given him any today.
Alright. You need an athletics check?
No. It's not locked or anything. You just sort of like kick at the door and it busts inwards, cracking and shattering. Most of the crew instantly wakes up at this sound and is like on their feet looking around, and Lixel kind of stands up from the bed, not even rubbing her eyes, just eyes wide. What's going on? Is everything okay?
Did you call him?
No?
Then who called him?
Insight check.
Inside check.
Just to make sure we're
That's so-
talking about Lauren, correct?
Yes.
Who else would we be talking about?
I did not call him. I asked if you
Don't
wanted him called, and
lie.
Arendt said no, so I did not call him. As far as you can tell, Solomon, she seems pretty bewildered at this point. You do not get the sense that she is giving you falsehoods. Same with you, Amira.
And there's
She
spies on
seems
the boat.
bewildered.
Not necessarily on the boat, but perhaps near the boat. And good luck finding whoever reported us to Lauren in the middle of Tilson.
Tomorrow. No, not even.
Just
I'll
lean
start
the
doing
door
that
up against the
tonight.
wall.
All right. She kind of like shakes the last little bit of sleep from her eyes, grabs her sword, starts buckling it to her waist. All right, everyone out on deck. Now.
Yeah, Amira's gonna nod and say, yeah, let's get going for the Field of Maidens as quickly as we can.
All right.
Now we gotta get you a new maiden.
That's going to be a long trip.
It shouldn't be too long, thankfully. The good news is part of your house is you can sleep and rest it off, and time will work a little funky for you, so you can effectively take as much time to rest as you need during the actual journey and make it seem like that, or make it seem as long as you need it to. But I'm imagining, based off of the routes, probably be a good idea to stop by Hollow Flesh first. Kashmir, dear, you're still, I imagine, going to need to pick up some actual equipment for yourself, so stopping by a market wouldn't be a bad idea. You can pick up any other supplies, speak with anyone there, see if they have any idea of a good location in the field that you could use. Right. I'll get this boat running. Do you want me to... I'll make sure your regular quarters are cleaned as well, in case you prefer to use those right now. She kind of looks at you, Aranth. But as night progresses, you all begin the boat ride towards Hollow Flesh, the Field of Maidens, and come to terms with the things you just learned. That is where we're going to end the session for tonight. Thank you all for showing up, for playing. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next week. Have a good one.
All right.